Leaving your country for another is in itself daunting. Being able to survive in your new city has even greater challenges. That's where momentum steps in. Our guest, is Amanda McKellar, who's a marketing and communications coordinator who's here with Momentum. Hi.
Hi.
Amanda, this is great. Hashtag Momentum, by the way, to follow along today. A lot of folks don't know about Momentum. Why is that?
Well, I think the people that need to know about us do, or they are able to get connected with us through other organizations in the city. A lot of people, especially new Canadians, will learn of us through immigrant serving organizations, so they get connected to them. And then when they're ready to either move forward or take some of Momentum's programs, then they get connected with us through organizations like Immigrant Services Calgary and things like that.
And you are providing opportunities for Calgary immigrants.
Yes, we do. We provide opportunities for Calgary immigrants as well as anyone that's living on a low income in the city. Some of our programs, such as our trades training program, which is set up, we partner with SAIT to help new Canadians and Aboriginal persons get into the trades. So that one is definitely geared towards new Canadians. And then our other programs, such as our business development department, programs in that help any person that's facing a barrier to traditional employment, help them start their own business if they have a business idea.
Wow. You also have a financial literacy department.
We do, and it's really exciting. November is Financial Literacy Month in Canada, and this week is Education Savings Week, as recently proclaimed by the City of Calgary.
Fantastic.
Yes, it's very exciting. Education is an extremely important aspect in ending the cycle of poverty in families. So
there's a number, I don't know what the kind of statistics there are about low-income families here in Calgary. I'm sure that number is higher than we all want it to be, but it can be staggering, especially for somebody trying to survive in this robust city, ever-growing city. And Momentum steps in to help them in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. One of the things that we often hear is that, well, Calgary is such a wealthy city, there are so many opportunities. And there are, if you know where to look for them, or if you have the resources to help access those opportunities. So Momentum, we act as a bridge to help people access the opportunities that are out there and available for them. What
would happen if a place like yours, a nonprofit organization like yours, wasn't around? What would happen to a lot of these immigrants who are newcomers to Calgary? What would happen to them?
Many of them would be stuck in survival jobs, so working for minimum wage or maybe just above that, but having to work a lot of hours and not really having much of a quality of life, not being able to spend time with their families, not being able to save for the future, not being able to save for their children's education.
There are success stories.
Many.
Some great success stories. Share with us a few.
Well, I recently heard a story about a gentleman who was a newcomer to Canada. He came to Calgary as an international student, and his family at some point was unable to support him or to continue supporting him. So he got a job, and he was working at a job at the mall to try to survive, but eventually he wasn't able to pay his rent. And as an international student, most of his friends and his network here in Calgary were also international students, so they weren't able to help him out.
Same situation, yeah.
Exactly. So what he ended up doing was he would sleep in the back room of the store that he worked at because it was the only warm place he had to go.
Come on.
It's crazy. I can't imagine having to do that, but that he was able to find that little solution for himself so that he was able to eventually save up, and he eventually got his own place and is now living in Calgary. He came to Momentum and took one of our matched savings programs, so he learned how to manage his money better, and he's thriving now, but having to go through that period of having to sleep on a freezer in the back room.
Man, I can't even imagine that. You know, again, you're trying to make it work. You know, smart, there's an intelligent person trying to make a difference also. Maybe struggling a little bit with the language and trying to make a difference. You also have trades training.
We do. We partner with SAIT. So the trades training program, we have new Canadians and Aboriginal persons, and they come to Momentum and upgrade in English, math, science, and employment skills.
So not only learning about the trades, but also learning how to, the language itself too.
Absolutely.
Some life lessons, or just basic learning lessons that we all need.
Exactly, and learning those things that are specific to the job in order to pass the pre-apprenticeship exam in order to get into SAIT. And then they attend the trades, they actually learn about the trade at SAIT, and then Momentum helps them find work placements, and we help them get a career out of that.
Get it started. The screening process? when someone new comes to you?
Absolutely. There are, they have to have a certain level of language, so we will send them to learn to do ESL courses and things if they're not at that point. They also need to be at least a permanent resident of Canada. They have to be able to be employed in the country.
Okay, if you'd like to find out more about this as well, too, it's www.momentum.org. Way to go.
Awesome.
Amanda, this is great. Thank you very much. Amanda McKellar, who's a marketing and communications coordinator with Momentum. There's a lot of things happening in and around our city, including locks and frocks. What's this about? Well, it's an evening of fashion, splash, and flash, all in support of the YWCA. If you'd like to inquire, here's where you can get the ticket information. It's 403-203-9243. This is Trending on Shaw.